What does the Bible actually tell us about the wise men?
Well, in the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 2, you'll find the story of the wise men. They came from the east, they visited Herod, and there's no positive decision that there were just three. It just says that there were wise men and they came to worship the King of the Jews.
Okay. Have you any indication where they came from, specifically?
It's usually thought that they came from Persia, being the modern Iran, partly because of the name that's given to them, the Magi, which normally signifies the wise men from Persia.
Okay. Why do you think that they may have been seeking the King of the Jews?
Again, we find that in the Bible, where we find and read that they ask the question, where is he who is born the King of the Jews? For I have seen his star in the east, and have come to worship him. This probably dates back to old writings and word of mouth of traditions carried back and forward from even the time of Daniel in the captivity.
Daniel having been taken from Jerusalem to that area of
That
the world,
area.
really.
To Persia, yes.
And so maybe Daniel's influence has reached out to a much wider audience than intended.
Undoubtedly, the influence would have been carried down through the traditional Jewish line.
Although these men might not have been Jews, they've been influenced by the scriptures at least.
Yes.
What do you think the significance of the three gifts was? What were they?
Well, the three gifts were gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Gold signifying kingly or wealth, frankincense denoting perfume, and myrrh normally used for cleansing a dead body.
Okay, so for anointing a body. And David, the frankincense, or related to incense, can you tell us a bit more about that?
Two things occur to me. One of them is the use of incense. Burning incense is part of the worship of the temple in Old Testament times. So it is a sign of worship. But also that perfumed oils, which could be made with things like frankincense, are used to anoint kings and prophets. And of course Jesus is both. Kings, prophets and priests.
Yes, which is quite amazing. So unknown to them, they brought these very useful and symbolic gifts to the one who would live and die in our place. I rarely use the word epiphany, but maybe you could explain what it means and what it really, how important it is.
Epiphany is a long Greek word that means a manifestation or a revealing, and it's sometimes used as the name for the festival commemorating the coming of the wise men. The reason being that it's the first time that Jesus Christ is revealed to the Gentiles, to the wider world, and that's very significant. If you look at some of the other Gospels, you have the Song of Simeon that ends, to be a light to lighten the Gentiles and to be the glory of thy people Israel. So Jesus is to be the glory of his own people, of Israel, but he's for everybody else as well. He's to be a light to lighten the Gentiles. And right at the beginning of the story of Jesus, this idea comes in. I'm struck also by the fact that there's a tradition of Jewish prayers that begin with the formula Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe. So you have Adonai Eloheinu, Lord our God, the God who's personal, the God that we have a connection with, the God who's present here and now in our lives. But he's not our own private God. He is Melech HaOlam, King of the universe. And I love that balance. He's our God, but he's for everybody.
And as we end that, it's just a wonderful message which recaps the whole Christian story that Christ came into the world for the whole world. And whether we are from Christian background or other backgrounds, the same message is true, that he is for us all.